Port Salut crew, hello. I just feel like I need to put a disclaimer on this video before we get into it. So, I was very tired. It was very hot, and I took the wrong tripod, Sarah's. How we laugh about it now. Basically, the angle is slightly odd, and Sarah's cropped off, and we didn't realize until after the recording, and I watched it back. I was like, oh no. So sincere apologies, but you'll get the gist. Enjoy it. Get a brew and yeah, enjoy the pod. Bye. Hello, I'm Jules.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
And welcome to Jules and Sarah, the podcast.
Welcome, where we're podding at my house.
Yes.
I'm very grateful for that because it has meant that I haven't had to leave the house in this appalling heat wave.
And we have talked about it probably on every time that there is a heat wave within the UK. It's where Sarah and I very much differ on temperatures. And it's like when it is bitterly cold and miserable, I messaged her and I'm like, hope you're having a lovely day.
Oh, heaven. Yeah,
and
couldn't be happier.
You messaged me and the first thing you said yesterday was like, hope you're having a lovely heat wave.
Happy
and I was
heat
like,
wave.
yeah, thanks, darling. Thank you so much.
This is very hot. Do you feel like, even by your standards, like, what is it? Is it like 36?
It was
today?
36 in the car when I drove over.
Oh.
We're not converting to Fahrenheit.
No.
You'll have to do that yourself.
Yeah, we can't get into all that. It's bloody hot. Is this too hot for you?
No.
No, you're all right.
It's perfect.
John actually, last night when I was lying in bed, having got the duvet cover over me, 3 fans, iced water, a cold compress on my head. He's like, you genuinely don't do well in the heat, do you? Like, I think it's quite a physical thing.
You run hot.
Yeah. And I think genuinely, like, it really affects me. Like, I know it's easy to say, oh no, I don't like it, which obviously I don't, but I genuinely, it kind of knocks me over and I feel very, I don't know, like my skin's itchy. I feel like a sweaty brie. I feel like I'm spreading out everywhere. Yeah. So I think, but also, and the only reason that I really say this is because Nancy also does not do well.
Not faring well.
No, she came in the morning and she was like, what's this? Like, Mummy, what is this? And I was like, I know. But genuinely, like, physically, she doesn't do well. Yeah. I just think I wilt. I can't do much physically in it.
I said to Dutch yesterday, I can really see, actually, finally, why the Spanish do siestas.
Yes.
You know, yesterday, as it got cooler, I started gardening. I kind of came to life. And when it was 10 p.m, I was like, I'm not ready for bed. I'm ready to get going.
There was a chap over the back putting up a gazebo at 10:30 last night.
Fine, understandable.
Coolest time to do it, of course.
Yeah. Kind of contradictory.
I know, that's it. Still, he's felt the benefit this morning.
Oh yeah, his morning coffee was lovely.
Now, something that has happened since we last were on the pod, Jules did the Hackney half.
I did the Hackney half marathon.
And can I just say, I mean, I clicked on the Just Giving page. I was like, sure, I'll throw a few pence his way. What was it? What did you finish on?
Like £3,200.
You wanted to do 500.
I wanted to do 500 quid.
I mean, that's phenomenal.
I know, and like I
was like, oh, it doesn't need it at all.
I wasn't like going to run it for charity, and then when I was registering, I was like, well, I could do this for charity and actually like do a good deed. And it was amazing. But that actually really kept me going.
Yes. Well, they say that, don't they?
I may have had one too many rosés the night before.
Sure.
May have run half a marathon on a slight hangover. And
did you have any breakfast?
So, the night before I went to a 50th and it was very shishy, lots of clinky clink, rosé. I was expecting quite a heavy dish. Oh. It was crab. And I was like, no linguine, no, I've got to break my own claw. Oh no.
What?
So there I was in the kitchen just mainlining the bread, like, gotta get this in. And
God, it's awful, isn't it? When you go to somebody's house and it's just slim pickings.
it was a very chic party, but it was
Too chic.
It was too chic.
Yeah.
I needed something a bit more rough and ready.
You needed your dinner before you went.
I needed my dinner before I went. And Dutch was getting picked up at 3 a.m. that morning to go to Germany for a work trip. So I was like looking at trains and they were all messed up. So I had to drive into London.
Oh.
So woke up, had them overnight oats, drank an electrolytes. I was like, better hydrate the salts, need the salts.
Absolutely.
Driving into London and I was nervous. I'd got like a lot of
Also, you had to be there quite early. You had to be on that start line at...
I had to be in the pen for 9:30, but you need to be there an hour earlier to check your bags and do all of that. So I had to get to Stratford for like 7.
Oh my
The Virgo was imploding. Like there was too much going on.
Gatwick Dad.
Oh my God, I was Gatwick Dad so hard. So then
Because you can't get anywhere near Hackney in the car.
No, so I had to park at Stratford at the shopping centre and then walk for 25 minutes. And I was staying at my friend Joe's house that night. So I had all my bag of I had the GHG hair irons in there. I had everything because we were going out in Hackney Wick after.
Sure.
And then, so I get to like it's called the village, you know, like the athlete village.
Yeah.
Had the last bit of like my electrolytes, checked my bag in. And then I was like, oh my God, I don't have any water. I haven't got a bottle. And I was like, don't freak out. There'll be water along the way.
Yeah.
Probably quite soon. Anyway, needed help pinning my badge on. Asked this guy, you know when you kind of don't clock someone? And I was like, oh, excuse me, you couldn't just help me like pin this badge on my back? He looked up, when I say Adonis, like he was the most beautiful man ever. And I was like, oh my God, like my tan is still developing. I'm hungover, like really just like...
Got no water.
Got no water. So it's like, sure, I'll just pin it in as he's like high kicking or whatever. I then ran into 3 people that I've slept with. Like literally...
That's Hackney.
That's Hackney. It was literally like going through the old like file of facts. I was like, oh my God, this nightmare won't end. So like didn't speak to any of them obviously, but just it was like, okay, hi. We both acknowledged each other and both of us looked suitably embarrassed. So.
Sure. No one said anything.
So then get in the pen and it's all like quite revved up. Like people are all stretching and lunging and stretching and lunging and there's lots of like whooping and all of this. And then I started and I'd said to people like text me because it will come through my AirPods when I'm running. So there was no water until 10k. I literally was like I was coming out of Nazareth, like
40 days and 40 nights.
Literally, I was gulping the water back. The guy in front of me threw his all over his face. Then what I liked about Hackney, because I've only ever done it in Amsterdam, Hackney was quite... you never knew what was round the corner.
Sure.
It was quite a like, there was like misting showers, like cold mist that you could run through.
Because where we were waiting, so I didn't know where you were, which was quite exciting. But
so
also...
to caveat, Sarah came to and made a banner and that will come on, but I have never ever had someone make a banner for me or like show up like that. So it was like, and it was like this, oh God, just knowing that you were somewhere and I didn't know where. And your text came over, I'm near the elf stand, skin cover. And I was like, okay.
I come out of the station and we can see everybody running. And I don't know if you've been past, you hadn't. Anyway, we got over there and I was like, of course we're by the skincare stand. Like, of course this is where we were. But right by there, it had one of the mists, which is obviously lovely. But for a lot of people, they're like head down, they're running. They are, you know, they're in the zone. And suddenly got this mist and a few of them were like, whoa! Like, somebody's throwing something. Oh, okay, it's the mist, it's the mist, it's the mist. Like it was funny to see people coming through it going, whoa, what's that?
Because some people in some places, they had like water pistols like spraying people down.
Sure.
Which I thought was a touch too far.
Well, it's making it about them, isn't it, actually?
Ran past quite a few hot guys, which was lovely. I was like, perfect, lovely, just what I needed.
Yeah, there was it was all out on parade,
and
wasn't
then
it? There was everyone there.
When I got, because I didn't know where the elf stand was, so that you texted, and I saw Elf and I was like, okay, literally scan either side, and I couldn't see you. And I was like, oh my God, have I missed you? And it was like the end of the Elf and I was like, oh my God, I've missed her. And then all of a sudden, Sarah just appeared in the crowd, like on the other side of the road, waving like, Jules, Jules, Jules. And we had such a lovely embrace, didn't we?
It was amazing. I can't remember being that excited. Like when I spotted you, I was like, Charles! Nancy still talks about it now. She's like, you screamed so loud, Mike. Like this, like I was like, and this woman next to me was like, what? I was like, it's Jules! Like it's like, we've found each other, we've done it. So I came out of the station and we were on one side of the road, but we sort of couldn't see round properly and the babies were getting bored. So I crossed over. Now, crossing over, if you've ever done it, Portslade Crew, runners, that's dicey.
Yeah.
So I had to run the babies over, leave them on only on the other side of the pavement, run back, pick up the buggy and take my chances to come back with it as well.
That's very brave.
Do you know what it was? But I did it, and then we had a nice little spot then, so that we had a bit of space. I nearly ate all the flapjack. I'd made flapjack. I was like, Jules will need flapjack. He'll need something
so
for
funny.
sustenance.
Sarah was like, do you want flapjack? I was like, couldn't think of anything worse right now.
No, that'd be awful. Okay, yeah, fine.
But basically what happened
But I was worried because they kept scoffing it, and I was like, oh God, if Jules comes by, and
Where's
I'm like, oh, just the crumbs of the tin to throw over you.
But I was like, I don't think I ate enough that morning. So I was getting weak. So you gave me this boost of like adrenaline, and I got really emotional because it is emotional.
It is so
and I was like, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna like cry you being here because we had we jumped up and down.
We did.
Sarah and I hugged each other and jumped up and down, and it was wild. And then I ran off, like said goodbye, started crying. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so touched that Sarah like came into London, made a banner. Like I just felt really supported and loved and held. And then I was like, I can only hear half of my techno. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I've lost an AirPod.
Oh.
So then I tried to text you to be like, lost AirPod, but like I don't even know if it got through.
No,
I was like,
it didn't. And we were gone by then.
I can't turn around because it'll be like Simba in the wildebeest. Like, I've got all these runners behind me. I was like, I've just got to let go of that AirPod.
Oh God, so you had to finish the whole thing with one AirPod.
But it was actually the most amazing thing. So I then kept hearing people yell Jules, which was so nice. And also Sarah, I must have run by like 5 or 6 people who just screamed Portslade Crew. Oh! And that was the most, and there's one woman, and if it was you, I just love you. I looked this woman in the eye and she was screaming Portslade Crew and I was like, what? And she went, I'm Portslade Crew. And I was like, oh my God. So I then was like bawling my eyes out, crying, like this is too much.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it got bleak. It got very, 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 very
I think
bleak.
most marathons probably do towards the end.
Saw your sister Lorna. Yeah. She came running out and was like, Jules.
Well, Lorna was also very excited because just ahead of you was a Bativo.
Oh, yes, I ran after the Bativo.
Yeah, and I said that. I was like, he's after the Bativo. If you see the Bativo, he's not far behind.
But Lorna had the biggest sunglasses on and like, she almost looked like she was in disguise. You know? So I was kind of like, is that Lorna?
Do you know what it is? She's got absolutely appalling hay fever, like the worst hay fever. So she's always got these massive glasses. Like you're lucky she didn't have a mask on, actually.
So it made me laugh that she was on a corner as well.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, and I wasn't expecting to see her. And then at the last bit, oh my God, I had to dig deep, and I was gonna really like lose it, and I wanted to walk, and I was like, don't do it. Because
you didn't walk at all?
I didn't walk. And my friend Troy, who I was running for, it was like a vision came of Troy, and he was saying, keep going, keep going. And then my friend Joe was at this final bit, and he was like, come on, Julesy. Nobody talks about the hill at the end. There's like this hill, which after you've run 20...
Terrible planning.
20 kilometres. The last thing I want is a hill. And then to get to the finish line, it's like this gradient uphill. It was like torture.
That's ridiculous. It should be at the start, going down.
So I
need to reverse the whole
get
thing.
To the end and I am like exhausted,
yeah,
emotional, completely, like my sign, like all my things have just fallen off. Like the safety pins, God knows where they are.
Yeah.
Where are the bananas? Now that I can eat them.
Yeah.
Where is like the oranges?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Boxed water, very glad of. Once you get your medal,
Yeah, I was going to say, did you get a medal?
you get the medal, which was lovely.
Yeah.
And then there was goodie bags that were still being packed. I was like, that'll have some sort of food in it.
Yeah,
like there'll be some sort
something.
of bar in there.
Protein.
So there was a pip and nut bar. Now I love pip and nut, but this bar was probably the worst thing ever. It was just like, imagine putting peanut butter in the driest mouth ever. I was like, oh my God. And then there was a peach IPA.
Oh.
Which I was very glad of. And I sat myself down on the grass. I sat on the grass, totally exhausted, and really enjoyed that beer.
Oh, good. Well, you should. It's an amazing thing that you did. Amazing. And it was only when because what was lovely was we did have this moment, as we've said, and other people came up to me afterwards and they were like, oh, I got video. Oh, I took some pictures of you, which was so amazing. Your calves, you're got your arms around me. Those calves tanned to perfection.
Well, I think it was the greatest tan I'd ever done.
I was like, I was like, his legs have never looked better.
I did, because I was saying to Dutch, I was like,
So good.
really got to plan this tan routine.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're just running a half marathon. I was like, these pictures, the half marathon photos, the official photographs,
like your wedding, they'll live forever.
They'll live forever. So I was like, I need to look immaculate.
Yeah.
Like completely immaculate. It was the most gradiated tan ever. I had mixed 2 different formulations.
Oh.
It was like bespoke for that day. So I was so excited to like see it. And like obviously on TikTok, I talk a lot about fake tan. So I was like, I'll use that as a reference. And not a single photo of me.
Oh, for God's sake!
Not a single photo of that tan.
Well, the brief was obviously missed. No, but you did get the pictures that somebody took on their iPhone.
Just you telling me there was a terrific tan was all I needed.
Amazing. It was. I think Lorna mentioned it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Stella, my niece, said,
Yeah.
"Gosh, look at him."
Because I did moisturise with oil that morning as well to really reflect the lie. And
Honestly.
I thought, you know what? Out of all the runners, I don't think many of them will be sculpting their legs for the occasion.
Not enough people were sculpting their legs. Oh my gosh. Well, look, well done, darling. And on behalf of all the Port Salut crew, bloody well done.
Thanks.
Because it was.
Cheers.
It's wonderful.
Thank you.
And will we do a bit of correspondence?
Let's.
Hi, Jules and Sarah. Callum here. I'm feeling a bit self-conscious that I might be the first male voice note that is sending in. I could be wrong, but I've been an OG since back in 2016, so let me know if I'm wrong there. But yes, men do listen to this podcast.
It's for men as well.
I just felt the need to call in because I think it's hilarious that there is this Dutch community growing within the podcast. We have the Port Salut crew, but I feel like we need a name for the Dutch crew as well. There was a lovely girl that left a voice note a few weeks ago that she lives in The Hague and her partner's Dutch, and my partner is also Dutch. I moved to Amsterdam in 2016, and yeah, I've been here ever since. And without doxing your lovely partner, Jules, but I think he's from the very same place that my partner is from, all the way up in the north. So I just love when you share these kind of things that have happened to you when you're with your Dutch family, or just little thing that Dutch people do that I just find really funny and really relatable. And yeah, I just love you guys being back. It's so nice. I always say, like, one of the things I miss about the UK is just the humour, the jokes. I think when I tell a joke sometimes to a crowd of Dutch people, they just have blank facial expressions because they don't understand the references.
It does happen.
So your podcast is really just this nice little kind of hangout I can have with 2 funny, hilarious English people that have the same humour as me. So it's just lovely to have that back in my life. And Jules, when you bring all these kind of Dutch bits into it as well, it's just like clashing of 2 worlds, which I love. So thank you so much for being back. It's amazing. And yeah, have a great week.
Oh, Callum!
That was so lovely. And yes, that is where Dutch is from. He is from the north. Yeah, he's Frisian.
Like a cow?
Yeah.
Oh.
And my grandma used to have Frisian cows.
Oh, that's
so it's like very universal, but it's like their version, I think it's like their version of Wales.
Right.
Like there's another language, like it's technically like a totally different, they're so different. And Frisian people, I believe, are the tallest people in the world and they have the biggest smile in the world.
He is tall and very smiley.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him not smiling.
Oh, he's always smiling.
Yeah.
Even when angry, which is terrifying.
Dearest Jules and Sarah, it's Lauren here. Long-time Port Salut crew member. Not sure how great the sound is going to be on this first date because I'm currently walking down a very busy road. But I had to respond to...
It's a busy road.
Last week's pod, but it was when you were talking about your friend who has moved to Bangkok. And Sarah said, I would never love anyone enough to move to Bangkok.
No!
Or anyone at all, for that matter. And it just made me think, because my friend is considering moving to Thailand. And I said to her, I'm deeply happy for you, but I will only be visiting when the temperatures are sub 25.
Yeah.
She
Yes!
was like, so probably about 2 days of the year then.
Book me in.
Which really tickled me, so I just thought I'd share that. Yes, summer, not really my vibe,
No.
but we're, love that for you, Jules.
Yeah.
Love that for you. And Sarah, winter lovers forever.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Oh, Lauren!
On
Do you
the
know-
side of the M25. Pulled into an SOS bay to record that.
Love her. Love her. Yeah, honestly, people moving to very hot countries. This country's hot enough. Hot enough here. You do right, Lauren. Now, there's a lovely message here. And it's Donna, by the way, from Essex.
Hi, Donna.
Donna sent a picture, which we'll come on to in a minute. Hey, Sarah and Jules. Always like a reversal.
Right.
I cannot begin to tell you how happy you've made me by bringing the podcast back. I'm a cab office OG Port Salut crew, and I feel like we've all grown up together. We have,
Yeah,
Donna.
that's so true.
I always listen to my podcast on my daily walk, and I hope that my huge smile and occasional giggle brings joy to those I walk past on my journey. What a nice thing.
Love that.
Whilst they don't know what I'm smiling or laughing at, I think happiness is contagious and we are bringing joy to those around us who haven't joined the crew yet. Strangers are just people who haven't listened to the podcast yet.
Amen.
Talking of shouting at inanimate objects, how many times does this happen to us all? The tab on the milk bottle cover gets caught on the lid and then you can't get the cover off, and she sent a picture of this. So this is when you screwed the top off the milk and there's the little foil thing that you then have to pull off and it doesn't come off. I'm usually desperate for a cuppa in between meetings and I shout at the milk bottle as I battle the cover with a kitchen knife, making a complete hash of it. I did this with ketchup, Donna, the other day. I had to go round it with I had an inanimate object story the other day. Oh my gosh, what was it? The blind. So the blind in the baby's bedrooms, to try and make it blackout, we've put Velcro on it to stick it down. But it's very hard when you're going to pull it up because the Velcro gets stuck. And I shouted, "Fine, be like that," to the blind. Thought this might resonate with you, sending you lots of love, and of course to Ken, Sheila and June. P.S. I can't remember now, maybe I missed it. If you ever told us all why you never talk about your dad on the podcast, I've always imagined him to stay incognito as he's part of MI5. Love from Donna. That's it, from Donna.
Pretty much it, to be honest.
He doesn't want any sort of public attention.
Unless a toad is in his boot.
And then he feels that people should know. Yeah, it is a funny thing with Dad. I don't know. It's
the June show.
It's the June show. She doesn't want to share. Please get in touch. Voice notes, but also written messages.
Yeah, lovely.
Don't underestimate a written WhatsApp. That was gorgeous from Donna with a picture
It
Of how
set
she
the
was
scene
attacking
so
the milk.
beautifully. I have to say, the inanimate objects thing it's been a real crux in our marriage, which I've really enjoyed, because
Yes.
Dutch loves getting angry with inanimate objects and then firing off. And we've had a few like, so Mark, whose fault is it here? Is it the milk bottle or is it you? And he's like, shut up. And
It's a stupid design. Somebody's not thought about this. Who's responsible for this?
it's just so funny how it like, we
know.
take a moment and then unpack it and he's like, it's all ridiculous, leave me alone. And just walks off.
I meant to ask you, I was thinking, how do Sheila and Ken fare in hot weather? Because June's like me, she doesn't want to go anywhere near it.
They're not. I actually spoke to Sheila today and she was suffering.
Sure.
Suffering.
Yeah.
She was actually going to pull out of yoga.
Right.
That's where we're moving on to.
Yeah.
But Sheila actually has been to a very high-end and very private piano recital.
Gosh, I didn't know where that was going then.
Especially
Some
after
sort of
last week
clinic.
with the
Yeah.
life drawing.
Yes.
An email had come round and it said on the email, she said, I knew I was going to like it when they'd said, bring indoor shoes. Or at least match the socks. Like that was on the email. And she was like, I like that it's shoes off. I like that we know. She just was like, yes, okay,
So
no
she's
problem.
had this by invitation only.
She had been invitation only, piano
exclusive.
recital, very exclusive.
In your socks.
In your socks. It was in someone's house.
Right.
So they've got a little baby
Yes.
grand. It's in someone's house and it's a friend of a friend
Don't wear
who
your
plays
shoes.
for...
Leave them at the door.
This person is with the Royal Philharmonic, maybe, and is just doing a little turn for some friends. It's quite Edwardian, actually, if you think about
Yeah.
it. So she clipped
A
in the
little
Mini.
gathering.
Ken was away. She'd gone with the girlfriends. Anyway, she pulled up, handbrake on. She got there, and the door opened. Sheila said, he was fabulous, and I knew I was in good company. So she'd ended up in a house of the gays.
Sure. Yes.
She knew exactly. She was like, you just know where you stand with gays.
People like us.
Yeah. So she
You
said,
really do. Like, if I go into an environment like that, my whole body relaxes. I'm like, oh, great, my people.
so she got there and she said, as the door opened, she said he had fabulous glasses. There was, he had a lovely silk shirt on.
Is this the pianist?
No.
Or the host?
The host.
Right.
And now the hosts are ex-cabin crew, because one of Sheila's friends used to be cabin crew.
Right.
So she's into that world.
Look, you're painting a picture. I'm joining the dots up here. Yes. We know exactly who these people
So
are.
Sheila said, she walked in, she said, and shoes off now? He said, no, shoes off downstairs is okay on the parquet, that's fine, but it's the cream carpets upstairs. Understand completely. So she walked in, had a little drinky drink. Anyway, she took her shoes off at the bottom on the cream carpet. Sheila said she'd wipe them before she went, just in case. She
best.
didn't want to risk anything. Anyway, upstairs she went and she said, beautiful hallway, all opened out. There was the baby grand ready and there was 25 seats surrounded around. It was very intimate. And Sheila said she really, really struggled to not get the giggles because some couples had brought novelty slippers. Sheila was like, I didn't see that on the invite.
Oh, that's unnecessary,
She said,
isn't it?
some looked Norwegian with pom-poms, others were fun things. People were in odd socks.
Oh, God. They were very clear on the
They
invite.
were very, very clear. She said the piano was very moving. Some people were crying. It was clear drinks only. There was no red wine. It was white wine and champagne.
Fantastic.
And
Fantastic.
a sparkling elderflower water for those driving, which she really thought was lovely. And then light canapes. And she said to me...
The lightest of canapes. Lifting from the tray themselves. As though they would float away.
Sheila said it was like being served as if she was on business class.
Yes,
The way that it was presented.
They know exactly what they're doing. Did a trolley come down?
There's a little cabin crew kitchen to the side.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What a lovely afternoon.
So now she keeps suggesting to me, she's like, have you thought about any sort of recitals at home? I'm like, no, Mum.
Get the flute out.
We did go to someone's house actually recently and they had opera singers.
Did they?
Yeah,
What, like the
just-
waiters, the singing waiter thing, or actually like...
No, like actual
the
opera
entertainment,
singers in the
yeah.
hallway, like halfway through.
Oh, God. Oh, that's nice.
It was annoying. Well, yeah, it was nice, but I was just getting into a good bit of gossip. And I was like, I'll have to
okay.
stop there just as you were telling me how she did have that amputation, but we'll have to move.
I'm coming back for this. I'm coming back.
Don't forget.
Meanwhile,
Speaking of recitals, how is
Yes.
June?
June's good. I don't know where she is at. Oh, she's learning West Side Story stuff at the moment for the latest instalment. She was playing it on a twig, actually, going up and down in the garden when she doesn't have a violin. She'll listen to it and practice it on the back of a hand or on a twig. That's an actual thing.
That's like have you ever seen actors on the tube learning their lines?
No.
Because someone told me, like, if you're on the
gosh.
tube and someone looks like they're talking to themselves, but they're
mad.
muttering. Yeah, they're mad. Apparently it's because obviously when I was tanning quite a lot of actors in the West End sort of thing, they often hold a magazine up to their mouth and they're reciting lines on the train. They're listening to the play and then going back and, letting it sink in.
Yes.
So June is almost like... That's
That's
what she's
it.
doing.
That's it. It's all for the recital. Twigs, magazines, all tools of the trade, of course. So it's Louis's birthday coming up soon. And June has decided to really go in on the Paddington theme, right? Because
We've got the kitchen colour for it.
Exactly. They've got Mrs. Bird's kitchen. And they watched the film when they were up at Mum's, so they're invested, right? We've got the books, we went to the immersive experience, so she's like, I'm going to put a little, kit together for him, like a little pack. Anyway, she went to Waterstones, and they had a little Paddington bear, right?
Quaint.
So, yeah, gorgeous, with his little red hat, duffel coat, please look after this bear, and his red wellies, right? So she said, perfect, I'll have that. Anyway, she got it home, and... she couldn't get him to stand up. He kept falling over. She was like, why? Maybe he doesn't. He should stand up. Like, we need him to stand up for this. And Dad's trying.
Was he standing in the shop?
I think he might have been leaning in the shop. So not standing independently. So then when she looked closer, he had two left wellies on.
Oh, no.
I know! So she took him back.
On closer inspection.
Yeah, she went, hang on a minute, Paddington's got two left wellies. That's why he can't stand up, because he's all stiff like this. Anyway, she went to Pilates, and then she thought, I'll pop in.
Thought about it all the way through.
What am I going to say? Anyway, she got in there, she got into Waterstones, and she said there was a guy and a lady behind the counter. She said she went in, and this woman was anyway, she went in and she went, my Paddington's got two left wellies, like this. And the woman behind the counter was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Who are you?
The guy really got the giggles. He thought it was really funny that Mum was bringing back this Paddington. Anyway, this woman, Mum said she didn't really want to help, but she was like, can I ask, the other Paddington, has one of them got two right wellies? Mum said, sure enough, off this woman tottered. She came back with another Paddington with two right wellies, and they were able to right the wrong. So both Paddingtons
I quite like
now,
that as quite something to do in a shop. Like,
Yes.
swap boots over, like, that'll be a whole scene.
sending off Paddingtons with all different boots. But now Paddington has got his correct boots.
Thank God.
So he can stand.
Good.
So it's all come to
When
the
is
good.
Louis' birthday?
Louis' birthday is the start of June.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he
beginning of June.
excited?
Oh, yeah, he's beside himself. He doesn't know. Nancy's whipped him up into a frenzy about his birthday. We said, what do you want for your birthday? And he was like, strawberries.
Perfect.
Fine. Great. Done.
Did I ever tell you about my friend Lucy's daughter on what she wrote on her Father Christmas list?
No.
So...
Oh, wait. No, go on. I think you did. It's amazing. If it's what I'm thinking, it's amazing. Go on.
So my best friend Lucy's daughter Penelope, she had a phone call from nursery, and they were like, Lucy, just want to double check. We were speaking with Penelope today about Christmas and what she wanted from Father Christmas, and Lucy went, I'm going to stop you right there. Did she say beef? And they're like, yeah, that's what she's written at the top of her Father Christmas list. She'd like beef and lobster, and that was it. It's so perfect.
Lovely. It's perfect. I'd like beef for Christmas, like a Dickensian.
What would you like from Father Christmas? Beef.
Beef. A nice big joint of beef.
So he wants strawberries. Perfect.
Amazing. Yeah, he just wants strawberries. Will we do a bit of parish news?
Let's. Okay, so mine is Is it from an official news title? No. But did I fall totally down the rabbit hole of this? Yes. This comes from, I want to say, my northern accent wants me to say Dalmain, but I think it might be Dalema.
Lovely.
And this is regarding a local, actually it is in the Lake District, so it could be Dalmain. It's from a local marmalade competition.
Oh, yes. Competition, marmalade, what's not to love?
From a small Lake District community to octogenarian marmalade makers in Hiroshima and Australian marmalade for the king, this is a shimmering citrus community of people that spans the globe.
Lovely.
We are the Dalmain World Marmalade Awards, with 100 volunteers running a competition to find the best marmalade in the world. It began in 2005 with an idea to celebrate community and educate through cooking, champion marmalade makers, and raise money for charity.
Lovely.
Over the years, we have been joined by marmalade makers spanning generations, from Taiwan to Brazil, Norway to Northern Ireland, India to Argentina. I mean, obsessed with generous support from Fortnum & Mason, Westmoreland Farm Shop, Adfin and Lysets. We have raised 380k for charity and had thousands upon thousands of entries posted to us here in Cumbria. Paddington is a patron.
Oh, good.
Naturally.
I'm glad he's involved.
And our winner is co-branded with and sold at Fortnum & Mason. This is high end, but this is a local marmalade competition.
But they're going into Fortnum & Mason.
Yeah. Every April, we stage the festival at Dalmain Mansion in Cumbria, a family home and farming estate. This is the culmination of the annual awards, with the competition opening for entries in January each year. Marmalade jars spill out of every part of the house while on display. Oh my God, I bet they loved writing that line. The New Year's winner is announced. We have a range of talks and marmalade panels and tasting of marmalades from around the world. We are joined in our citrus endeavours to further the cause of marmalade everywhere by 2 sister festivals in Australia and Japan.
Good heavens.
I just need to show you, Sarah, the setup, because this could not be more on brand for us.
Sure.
It's very much on the Venn diagram of what we like. It is a stately home.
Yeah.
There's a lot of velvet drapes, Dickensian wall art, but lots of bunting, tablecloths, and jars upon jars of marmalade.
Oh, it's perfection.
And that is a floral arrangement you see there on the table, Sarah.
Oh, I couldn't even. I couldn't even
make out for the
focus on
jars.
it.
Yes, of course.
I mean, it's got everything, isn't it? Because it's traditional, it's cutesy, it's quaint, but it's high end.
But it's high end, which
Yeah.
is what we like. What I do like, because it goes on, it breaks it down of who's there and whatever. But this is the hook for me, and I do think we could consider this for a trip. It is a particularly eccentric day out.
Yes.
For anyone with more than a little marmalade fantasism in their veins.
What do you mean?
Well, it's eccentric day out, and we would have the best time ever watching
Oh, no,
people.
you don't have to send it to me. I just wonder what they mean about anyone with a little marmalade.
Fantasism. It
Yes.
means like they're obsessed.
Okay.
They've gone deep.
All right, fine.
But it's not that
God.
we've got that in our veins.
No.
We would like watching that.
Yes, I want to see that.
You and I would
Yep,
have
yep,
an
yep.
absolute field day watching people taste marmalade. You just sitting there giggling.
The tiny spoons.
Oh, it would be the most intricate spoons, and it would be taken very seriously.
They're almost a hush.
Oh, it would be a hush. There would be no giggling.
No.
No
Apart from
giggling.
us.
When is your favourite time to eat marmalade?
Well,
Are you quite specific? Do you like it?
I don't really like it. Which,
maybe we
God,
shan't
don't
be
tell
going.
them. Yeah, look, I'm all for it. I
Hmm.
just, I never reach for it. I'd have it on a cake. You know, if you didn't, like in the middle of a sponge, if I didn't have jam, you could put marmalade in.
Oh, that's very nice.
That's fun, isn't it? So
That
I'd have
is
it there.
fun.
What about you? When are you eating your marmalade?
When the toast has gone cold, and so the butter doesn't melt, and then the butter blends into the marmalade, and it's kind of what I'd have if I was having like breakfast at someone's house, when you're kind of like, shall I have another piece? And you're like, I will have another piece because I can see marmalade. So
Yeah.
that I'd close up with marmalade.
Yeah, yeah. That's it for me.
Yeah, done. And I'll get the keys and off I go.
My parish news: bride weds in dressing gown, slippers and rollers, as it's what married life is like.
I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, a bride wed in a dressing gown, slippers and hair rollers so her new husband could see how married life was going to be. Ashley Stanley did not bother with makeup when she tied the knot with her childhood sweetheart Jake Stanley, 29, at Lanark Vineyard in Hensall, Vale of Glamorgan. The original plan was to wed in front of 150 guests and walk down the aisle to Calon Lan, a hymn her gran loved. But because the song is religious, she was told it could not be used in a civil ceremony. Now, obviously, I'm very familiar with these sorts of rules, things like this. So I'm presuming what's actually happened here, it's a bit of a naughty, misleading headline. They've done the legal bit in the morning.
With the hymn?
Yeah, without the hymn, because they're not allowed the hymn. So they've done the legal bit with her in her rollers. And then I imagine later on we're going to hear about the hymn with some sort of, I don't know, celebrant ceremony where anything goes.
Because I'm listening to it as someone who did the best time of their life for a half marathon. This whole concept is blowing my brain. Like, what?
So the couple, who've been together for 13 years, decided to hold an intimate legal ceremony before a larger celebrant ceremony where the hymn could be used. To take the pressure off, Ashley, 29, decided to keep the first ceremony relaxed, which led to the dressing gown wedding. So what's actually happening here is
I kind of like this.
I like it. She's getting ready for the big do later in the afternoon. So she's just nipping down in her rollers and a dressing gown to do the legal bit.
And she said, don't bother starting my makeup yet.
Yeah, I'll do
and
it
actually
in a minute.
quite nice for him to see like the real before
Well, that's
and
what
after.
she's saying.
Yeah.
While she wore a white robe and slippers, Jake wore a black Under Armour top and shorts with white trainers. Ashley from Merthyr Tydfil said, Tidfil, said both their mothers and her daughter wore pink bridal pyjamas while their dads and brothers dressed casually. Her family, she said, loved the look. Venue staff told them it was their first dressing gown wedding. Ashley said, I quite like the idea of getting married in my rollers and dressing gown. I said, I'll be in my pyjamas most of my married life. So this is how he sees me most of the time, and this is how I'm going to marry him. I gave him a reality check of what married life would be like. They were wed on what would have been her gran's 100th birthday.
Oh, cute.
Ashley said if we started to sing Calon Lan, she knew every word. It's a very personal song, and I wanted to make sure I was walking down the aisle to this. We thought, why don't we get married at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we had a celebrant service afterwards. For the second ceremony, Ashley had her makeup done, hair curled, and wore a white off-the-shoulder gown. Our guests said that they preferred our service to any other wedding service that was done within 10 minutes and everyone had more time to party and get on with the day, she said. So there you go. So look, this is the before. Here it is. That's them getting married in the morning.
Oh, she's a babe.
She's gorgeous.
They're babes.
And then that's her in the afternoon, all dolled up.
Total babes.
Look at that.
That is cute.
Great stuff.
Did you do a registry office wedding, or did you get married at the time that you walked down the aisle?
We got married at the time that we walked down the aisle. We were there. Yeah, we got married. Because you did both.
I loved watching you walk down the aisle. It was amazing. Sarah, literally, when she came in, I remember the doors opening and you just started like saying hi to people. You're like, oh, hi, nice to see you. Hi, lovely to see you. I was like, oh God, the hostess is here. Like, it was so good.
I know, you meant to be fixated on the love of your life that you're about to marry. I was like, hi, oh my God, you look great.
Yeah,
Hi.
literally.
Hi.
It was amazing. You floated down the aisle. And I always remember those incredible sleeves.
I started with the sleeves.
Yeah.
When my wedding dress look, I knew I wanted a 3/4 length sleeve.
Oh my God, and the pleat on that sleeve. I think about it all. If ever I go to your wedding, I think sleeve first.
Yes, and that's where I started. With the whole wedding began with my sleeves. We adore you for listening. We should say, we adore you for watching.
Yes.
Yes, because, well, you explain what's going on.
So I have to credit this to Port Salut crew member Tom, who I'd said, oh, look, I'd been filming it for social and actually, oh God, it was a lot of different cameras and me struggling on trying to edit it. And Tom said, look, why don't you just bob an iPhone on and just actually film both of you on landscape and put it on YouTube?
He's a genius.
He's a genius.
So here we are.
So here we are on YouTube. If you want to watch it back, it doesn't come out at the same time.
No.
So listen first, get the audio, and then if you want to watch it back, you can watch it exactly as we record it. We said today we're not going to put makeup on. We're actually just going to record the pod as we record it, because that's what this pod is.
Yeah.
It's not glossy. It's not like, and so yeah, if you want to watch, have a watch.
Come on in. We'll put it in the,
Thing.
the bits.
Thing.
We do always finish on Jules's affirmation of the week. What have you gone for?
Stop worrying about how it will happen. Just know that it will. The right doors will open, the right people will enter, and the right opportunities will find you. Stay patient, stay open, and let the magic unfold in divine timing.
Oh my, I cannot tell you how much I needed to hear that today. Really going to cling on to that. Actually, that's my plan. If anyone asks, that's the plan. We adore you for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.